and just above a year ago. Let's go to the board, the CME group rather, and talk to our good friends there from Jim Evans joining us today. And Jim, hope you had a good weekend. Or Tim Evans, I'm sorry. Hope you had a good weekend. Long leaf trading here. And export numbers, I guess we have the numbers, but I guess it's moreover going right back to the latest updated weather forecast. And you're going to get another update here, top of the hour.
Yeah, I mean, I really think, traders are more or less expecting export numbers to be, at least relating to soybeans, better than expected, or, on a better pace than USDA annual projections. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, I think we're right back to where we were 2 weeks ago, where we're really focusing on temperatures and rainfall and, and continuing that story here. And I think that's ultimately going to provide a decent base here for corn, soybeans, and wheat, really, because I think the weather situation will be dominating the narrative here in the markets here as we start this week. Exactly.
Let's go to the board and check out what corn is doing right now. We've got a little bit of a bump here in the last half hour or so. But again, a lot of folks saying, well, you're sure not really in a hurry to add a lot of weather premium here, Tim.
Well, I mean, I think we could be seeing traders add some. I mean, we'll ultimately see how the open interest numbers are affected, post-close a couple days from now. But, I think in the corn especially, we could be seeing an attempt to put that weather premium in, but given the price action that we saw last week, I think producers now are going to be a lot more willing to sell on rallies. And so, as we kind of make that attempt up, producers come in and make the sale, and therefore you're going to get some very choppy trade. And so I don't think this week, barring anything new to the market that we don't know yet, I think we'll probably see some very choppy price action, especially in the corn.
Soybeans at this moment. We turn over to soybeans again. Tim Evans joining us. A bit lower. They were higher most of the morning here. Now 2.5 lower. Of course, we had a disappointing NOPA number here just moments ago.
Yeah, I mean, the soybeans, they're a little trickier. I mean, obviously that washout really, took the life out of a lot of the bulls that were pressing that higher. But again, I think today is a day that's important to kind of continue that weather narrative. I mean, we've got the crop progress number coming out later today. And I think most traders are expecting a 1 to 2% decline in the good to excellent rating category. We have a lot of hot temperatures coming. I heard your, weather forecast a few moments before I came on, and the 6 to 10, 7 to 14-day weather forecasts are all calling for a lot of heat in areas that have already had problematic weather. So I think in the soybeans we could see some stable price action here in the early part of the week, given the weather developments.
Sure. Let me take a look at wheat. Tim Evans joining us live from Chicago. Looking at the wheat trade lower, 3 to 4 lower Chicago. Kansas City futures likewise down even more, 6.5 cents lower. Minneapolis have been higher. Of course, Tim mentioning all their issues that are going on there and up into Canada as well. 9 to 10 higher in Minneapolis wheat. Tim, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and get your thoughts on the livestock trade here, looking at cattle, feeder cattle, hog futures, beef and pork complex coming up. Tim Evans live from Chicago after this.
This Agro liquid line is something special. A lot of really impressive playmakers. Take a look at Sure K. This guy is an enigma.
But wrap your head around the exceptionally high plant response when compared to conventional potassium sources, the research-proven plant availability, plus flexible application options and mixing capabilities.
Really stellar performance stats. Sure K is a true standout. And that's a winning goal on any field.
Yeah, it's Wentworth. Alright. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. I have an annuity, but I need cash now. Call JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. Call JG.
And we are coming up 10 minutes to the top of the hour. It means time for your livestock update. We are back to Chicago. Tim Evans, Long Leaf Trading here, joining us live from the edge of the floor. And Tim, looking at the livestock trade, let's first look at the beef complex overall as we get into deeper into July here.
Well, I think as we're kind of looking out to over the next 2 weeks, I mean, what we're looking at is the fact that there's going to be a lot of hot weather, and that's throughout the United States. And historically, what you would expect is consumer beef demand to kind of drop when you're getting those. When you're getting that extreme weather. I mean, obviously, over the last month, we've already been seeing downward trending beef prices. So we think that could be, a factor that adds to potentially some additional weakness here as we move through the next couple of weeks.
And I'll get the numbers here. I want to get your thoughts in the pork complex as well here. Your thoughts there have been a little pressure in the pork trade now, our midday, and I'll get the midday update here. We've seen a big jump in the bellies and a little bit higher wholesale pork. Your thoughts overall there? Well,
I mean, same thing. Traders, us group of traders, we have a tendency to worry more than your average human being. There's been a lot of concern in the market here for weeks, that the pork market may finally be peaking on a seasonal basis. But just as you're stating, belly prices come in much higher than expected, and the pork market as a whole has outperformed what traders have been expecting. I mean, we had that big down day in futures on Friday, down 265 into the close, and then we see pork market prices coming out after the close, and they were higher, so and until those trends change in terms of the pork market overall, I still think you have to be buyer of these dips in the pork futures.
Yeah. Well, you make a great point there. The hot weather certainly stressing our livestock, but stressing consumers as well. Nobody wants to be outdoors or even under a picnic area in a park when it's 95 or 100 degrees. So yeah, that consumption is going to drop in a hurry. Tim, thanks for your time. I want to get the numbers as promised to our listeners and viewers, and we look forward to our next visit.
Thanks, Mark. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. That's Tim Evans, Long Leaf Trading. Check out the website for more information. All right.